Hi guys, so today I'm going to be bringing to you a Nana AI guide. So I'm going to be talking about how Nana works, how she doesn't work most of the time, some specific situations off stage, both with Popo and Nana, and also situations where you might be separated, or just some weird niche situations where like on stage and Nana's not doing what she should be doing, or she's on platforms and getting carried away to the blast zone. So firstly, this is how Nana paths to you. So she will try and follow your position on the x-axis, which is your horizontal position. She'll try and match your horizontal position or come close to it before trying to match your vertical position. So what I mean by this is she will just try and run to you first. And only after she's run to you will she try and jump. So you can see how she ran under me and then jumped instead of trying to diagonally get to me. And also it's quite important when you're off stage, because you know that you'll have to drift away from the ledge in order for Nana to run off, instead of being able to chill under the stage, for example. Instead of like chilling under the stage and then hoping that Nana gets to you. So you can teleport Nana from there. The range is 70 units, I believe. Don't ask me what that is. Oh no, it's the tiny little boxes in training mode. I believe each one is 1 unit. So that's the basics of Nana's pathing. She will try and get to you by the most direct path, which is following your position on the x-axis, followed by your y-axis. And yeah, she can also run through people, which is quite funny. Just, yep, runs through people, which makes it a lot harder for your opponent to hit her when she's trying to get back to you. Smart opponents will just charge an F smash the opposite way, or they will charge a down smash. If they try and F smash to where Nana will be, they'll most likely miss unless they got like a dumb F smash. But the normal character will usually whiff. So yeah, now let's talk about offstage. So, oh no, Nana's offstage, what do I do? There's a few things that you have to keep in mind when you're offstage. One of those things is remembering what Nana's resources are left. So, has she burned a double jump? Has she used her air dodge? And you also have to be keeping in your mind what her percent is, because that influences how far she's going to be launched. So one of the first things you need to do when Nana gets launched off stage is figure out, can she make this back by herself? This is something that comes with experience, but it's just a bunch of factors, which is generally based on where she ends up or where she gets launched to. There we go. So Nana will make this back. She got launched quite high, she used a double jump early, and then used her air dodge to get back to ledge. She has a flowchart, which is double jump, air dodge, solo belay, which she uses when off stage. Yeah, knowing when Nana can make it back and when she can't is really important. Okay, a couple of other important things to note. She doesn't SDI and doesn't DI, which is quite annoying, because it means that people can just pull out their training room combos on her, like 0 to Samus back throw flip jump. That works. It kills her at like 30ish. It's dumb. We hate it. And it just means that opponents can generally have a field day comboing her whenever they like, so not getting separated is quite important. Nana also has a lot of struggles with platforms, which is not fun. She gets stuck on them quite frequently. Stages such as Town and City, Kalos, those are the frequent criminals when Nana and platforms are involved, because she just moves around on those platforms and without a care in the world, while you're getting beaten up on the other side of the stage, which isn't fun. And there's also a few other inconsistencies, such as Nana double jumping out of hit stun. So after getting launched by a strong move, she just randomly double jumps, which is quite annoying. I'll see if I can get a clip of it now, or like at least show you how it works. So let's do like 40s or something. So with this one, she actually tried to path directly to stage, even though she was sort of within Popo's range. She just noped herself out of that and decided to path direct to the ledge. So that's one of the exceptions where she doesn't try path to Popo. And it is quite annoying sometimes, because obviously having Nana with us gives us more options, but in that situation, she decided that pathing to ledge was the best option. In that case, you probably want to either try and catch up with her and squall, or so like that, because you saw how she immediately burned a double jump and then air dodged, which is like using resources faster than most countries right now. So that kind of thing isn't the best. So that was nice and normal. She just fell with us. She was within range and didn't use any of her resources. Then again, she didn't use any of her resources. Generally, the main ways that you can tell if she's used resources or not, by resources I mean mainly double jump and air dodge, is if she is in tumble or not. If she's in tumble, then she hasn't used anything, because see how we get launched? We go into tumble. But if you get launched and then double jump, no longer in tumble. So I know that Nana's used her double jump and air dodge there because of her positioning. So you do need to keep track of Nana's relative position to Popo when you get launched, because if she's significantly higher than she should have been, then oh, she's used her double jump. That kind of stuff is just something you have to keep track of, because it does limit the options that you have when recovering off stage. Yep, so that was the case of Nana just double jumping out of hit stun, and oh no, I died because of it. So a couple of things you can do to try and avoid those kinds of situations happening is use a move to try and see if she's synced or not. So either like up air or nair out of hit stun is quite good. Oops. Because they have the least amount of lag for aerials. So it's just to check to see if she's synced or not, because often what can happen is she's looking quite close to you, but then she's secretly pathing to ledge, and then she just goes to ledge and then we cry. Finally, just a couple more inconsistencies. So inconsistencies or programmed errors, that kind of stuff. Specifically with recovering, our up B gets stopped by hitting something. So see how Popo went the same height as Nana? Without hitting someone, Popo goes much higher. This is the same off stage and it's quite annoying. So you do need to keep this in mind when recovering. So just a couple of final words of advice with Nana's AI. Most of the time, things happen for a reason, and you'll need to learn to cope with how Nana works. Yes, it's dumb, yes, it's stupid, yes, it's held together with duct tape and glue, but that's the way it is. And at least she's somewhat consistent some of the time. The inconsistencies with her double jumping out of hit stun and the weird glitches where she teleports around are just, that kind of stuff is just weird. But for the most part, she's going to behave the same way like 4 times out of 5 maybe. She also takes 102% of the damage that Popo takes, and therefore takes 102% of the knockback that Popo takes. So she takes a little bit more damage every time. Oh, final thing, that's what I missed. Popo Sphere. So you can control Nana within a specific range of you. That range is about 1.5 initial dashes, where Nana will still receive inputs from you. So about this distance here. That kind of range is quite important to know. It's just like, it's a little circle. And that's where she still receives like inputs for DI, inputs for the SDI, and also just moves in general. If she's outside of that range, she'll try and get back into it. So yeah, hopefully that covers everything. If it hasn't, I'm sure you guys will let me know. And yeah, that's the basics of how Nana works and how to recover in some situations. Thank you.